I woke up the next day to about 300 emails to the editor email from people all across the country asking, how can I get a copy of this week's paper?
Before I went to Pittsburgh, Ray pulled out one of the older editions, and we looked at the last Sweet 16 run that they did and what that coverage looked like. And so to think that next year or 10 years down the line, somebody could be doing the exact same thing with my photos it's something I can't even wrap my head around. It was insane because I never imagined being in that space, especially like as a student photojournalist. It's a big deal. And like I look around on the photo row and everyone around me is a professional photographer. Like the person next to me is with Getty. The person on my right is with the Raleigh News and Observer. So just being able to step into that stadium, it's crazy.
Honestly, I felt like I was living in a dream, like the whole time I was there. Like you see like every reporter, like there, everyone's in the same spot, just getting to soak that all in as much as I could, just being at the Final Four, because you really never know if you're gonna be back there. So like that's something that I tried to do while I was there, just like taking that whole experience.
Yeah, it was really cool because, you go into the media room and there's just everyone, you see people that you cover games with all season long here in Raleigh, but also national people that, you always see them on ESPN, like a Pete Thamel, and then they're just sitting there one table over. And so for me, it was very eye-opening just to see so many cool people there, to meet a lot of really incredible people, and to make memories with them as well.
I've been writing about women's viewership and women's sports here at NC State since I started here at Technician, and just breaking down how women's sports are on the rise globally, nationally, in every sport basically. And NC State has done so well promoting women's sports alongside it. And also our women's teams are just so amazing, and the women's basketball team is at the forefront of that. They've been leading the charge in promoting women's athletics here at State, and it's just awesome that I got to follow them to the Final Four and be a little bit a part of that story.
People from every publication, ESPN, The Athletic, CBS, so just talking to all those guys, they've done it for a long time, so getting to know them and then learn from them is huge.
Limited. It was definitely quick. We had other plans for content going into those weeks, and kind of in the last minute after we won those games, we had to shift gears a little bit. So it was stressful, but it was exciting to kind of figure out how we can help campus celebrate in those moments. But yeah, it was a quick turnaround. It was longer weeks than normal. I think one thing that was particularly notable for these is we thought a lot about the covers, right? That's really what draws people into them in a lot of cases.
Cover was made with Photoshop and a dream. I walked into the office and the EICs handed me a sketch and some photos and said, this is kind of the idea that we're going for, and kind of just let me do my own thing, try and figure it out. And eventually that's how we ended up with this. Amazing to see it be so well received. I've done multiple covers in the past, but just the fact that this one has had so much impact on the student body, it's so rewarding and so overwhelming at the same time to feel just so much love from NC State.
I mean, it's awesome. Like when I saw the video, the people lined up from student union to the Tri-Towers, it kind of makes you emotional a little bit seeing all that, because we put in a lot of work for that, especially and that was last minute, because we didn't know they were going to make the Final Four till Sunday when NC State won their second game going to the Final Four. So seeing that, all the work that we put in and people appreciating it is there's nothing like it. It makes you, like I said, emotional seeing all that stuff and your work and people noticing it.
It's amazing to think that I am a part of that history and that I was able to make an artifact. That's why I love print media so much, is that you end up with a physical thing. So much of graphic design especially is digital and it doesn't feel tangible anymore. So being able to have a physical copy of history and being able to have this, hang it up on my wall, look at it in even 15, 20 years and say that I made this is unfathomable.